Hello, my name is Kevin Toe, and in this presentation, I invite you to join me as we discuss the different types of microorganisms as well as their functions. So now let us begin with the first essential question that we will discuss in this video. What are microorganisms? Microorganisms, such as bacteria, viruses, fungi, and protozoa, are mainly single-celled living organisms and can be found in every habitat on the planet. Let's begin with bacteria. Bacteria, sometimes called prokaryotes, are microscopic single-celled organisms that lack a nucleus and other membrane-bound organelles. All bacteria reproduce by binary fission, where they grow until they split into two new identical cells. Bacteria are very diverse, as they have adapted to live in every type of environment on Earth, including areas of high heat, extreme cold, high acid, or high salt content. Viewed under the microscope, they can be existed in three main forms: round, rod-like, or spiral-shaped. Here we have fungi, which are one of the most important organisms both in terms of their ecological and economic roles. By breaking down dead organic material, they continue the cycle of nutrients through ecosystems. In fact, other fungi produce numerous drugs such as penicillin and other antibiotics, foods like mushrooms, truffles, and morels, and the bubbles in bread, champagne, and beer. Fungi also cause a number of plants and animal diseases, where in humans, ringworm, athlete's foot, and several more serious diseases are caused by fungi. Because fungi are more chemically and genetically similar to animals and other organisms, this makes fungal diseases very difficult to treat. However, a number of fungi, in particular the yeasts, are important model organisms for studying problems in genetics and molecular biology. Now we move on to viruses. A virus is a tiny microorganism that consists of little more than a bit of genetic material enclosed in the casing of a protein. Here, we can see the effects of the dengue fever and how it is a threat to almost half the world's population. Many mosquitoes in Latin America and Asia contain the dengue virus. Biting a person for blood, an infected mosquito releases saliva containing the virus, and once in the body, the virus infects the immune cells and the skin tissue and enters the lymphatic system. During the incubation period, the virus first replicates locally and then spreads into the bloodstream of the infected person. When a mosquito bites a person who's already infected, it draws in the dengue virus contained in the blood. By biting another person, it can transmit the virus even further and spread the disease. Now we will transition to our fourth and final microorganism, the protozoa. Protozoa are single-celled microscopic organisms that can be free-living or parasitic in nature. They are able to multiply in humans, which contribute to their survival and also permit serious infections to develop from just a single organism. Now we will talk about malaria, an example of an illness caused by protozoa. The life cycle of the malaria parasite is very complex, which involves many stages. As the mosquito feeds, malaria sporocytes enter the human bloodstream and then quickly make their way to deliver and infect liver cells. The parasite develops to mature scones, creating tens of thousands of monocytes, which burst out of the cell and journey back towards the bloodstream. Then they infect healthy red blood cells, reproducing and eventually rupturing the cell, liberating more monocytes, which then in turn go on to infect other cells, leading to the massive destruction of red blood cells. A few of the infected cells develop into gametocytes, which then may remain in the bloodstream for several days and may be ingested by another mosquito during a subsequent feeding. Inside the mosquito, the gametocytes develop into new sporocytes, so now the human has infected the mosquito, and the life cycle comes around full circle and then further continues. Before we end this video, I'd like to discuss the last essential question. What are the functions of microorganisms? Microorganisms can be either non-pathogenic, which is beneficial, or pathogenic, which are harmful. For this video's sake, we will discuss pathogenic microorganisms. Pathogenic microorganisms have led to widespread illness and disease throughout the world. These disease-causing microorganisms have been the catalysts of epidemics and pandemics, killing millions of people worldwide. An epidemic is the increased incidence of a particular disease in a given area or among a certain group of people over a specific period. If it spreads beyond the borders of a country and affects stable populations of several other countries, the occurrence is called a pandemic. And this now concludes our video presentation. Thank you.